in the middle that they would have to fill later on. Raiders up on the clock now. Oh, here it is. So
it's been telegraphed. They really wanted him, and they've sat put and have made it happen.
So Ashton Jeaty was talking about him at the very top of the show. One of the most intriguing guys in the draft. Broke all kinds of records in college football. Sean, how do you see him as an athlete?
Yeah, 5'8.5", 211. I've got the rig on the screen there.
Rig!
The numbers, the 2,600 rush yards last year for 29 touchdowns. He was the Heisman runner-up to Travis Hunter. We talk superstars. He's number 2 for superstar. I was on that list. And you want to see him there. So, as a runner, he has that upright stance, as you know, but he has elite pad level. So that doesn't really matter how he starts. He's pad level. It's very good. He carries his weight really well through his frame. I don't think you'll see much growth in the pros. Like, I don't see he's going to put on much weight at all with that size. He's kind of pro ready. His vision is excellent. He gets the second level consistency with the right gap. His O-line was good. There's a lot of big gaps. So one caveat there. He's a very patient runner. He isn't the shiftiest back to come out, but he wins a lot with his vision. He seems strongest coming off his left foot. So, pushing off left and running to that right side is where a lot of his big runs come from. The big thing, elite body control. That's probably the skill set that he has over everyone else you've ever seen. His body control is amazing and very hard to tackle. Being able to cause his missed tackles, that's his special sauce. The question is going to be in the NFL. There's a lot of missed tackles, a lot of arm tackles in college. You'd see some of those big runs where you'll have 4 guys like missed tackle on him. You're like, in the NFL, I'm pretty sure that first guy is going to get him down. Yeah. So you kind of, again, question that. And that probably comes with the question of the competition.
Yeah.
So, his eye line was great. His competition, had big gaps to run through. His competition probably not that good, and they struggled to tackle him. Maybe led to this all, wild season he had. And he's a bit of a one-year wonder as well, being that one-year season. His top-end speed's probably not elite. I think he's probably a low 4.4 guy. I don't think he's quite 4.5, but maybe he's there. But that's the kind of speed you think. But I think he's got enough to run away from defenses. He'll be fast enough for the NFL. He's got solid hands in the receiving game. He looks like a willing blocker as well, picks up the blitzing. So whoever is playing quarterback for the Raiders, Gino will be happy. I'm just like, who do they get?
Yeah, I had to think about that too.
So I think that's where he goes going forward. So I think he's surprisingly powerful between the tackles at that size and always falls forward, has a stiff arm, and dominated the lesser competition.
Best dressed so far, I reckon, with the black tux. That's looks real nice. Going to the Raiders, he probably had an inkling, maybe.
They were very hot on him. They talking about it. They wanted to get him, and obviously the draft board fell the way they were hoping. That's
right. Nearly all the mocks that I saw had him going to the Raiders, maybe falling to the Bears, and then in the last week, do the Jags go him? We talk comparisons sometimes, especially for the offensive skill guys. He had compared himself to Alvin Kamara. Looking at Kamara, Kamara catches bog balls out of the backfield. You didn't see that from Ashton in college ball, but he may actually even be more of a bull.
I agree.
Than Kamara.
I was going to say Kamara's more of a mover. He has more finesse in his game style than what Jeanty does. He's definitely more ball and more powerful, and be able to sustain hits and maintain, his feet essentially, and be able to push forward is his strong suit. Will that transition to the NFL is the question. We'll see with the Raiders whether that actually transitions and he'll be able to, get hit by the big linebackers, to absorb those punishment and be able to pick up another 3, 4, 5 yards or break one. That's the thing.
The other comparison he had for himself was Saquon.
Yeah.
And, watching the playoffs last year and watching Saquon do what he did and had tweets like, that's going to be me and things like that. I don't know if he's quite Saquon. I don't know if anyone, in recent memory is quite Saquon Barkley, particularly after the 2024 season.
Again, bigger and a better mover. Like, I think that's the big thing. There's a lot of those guys are a bit more shifty than Jeanty is.
Having said that, he's after Saquon the highest running back to go in the last 10 years, going at 6. He's going to be an absolute talent and helping to make running backs great again as well.
Well, look at the structure that he's going to. Going to the Raiders, you've got Seahawks 2.0 there. Pete Carroll's He's brought in Geno Smith, who had great success, better than anyone expected Geno to have before he went to the Seahawks. So I think that the AFC West is going to see a lot of Jeanty. I think he's going to be put in a position to have the opportunity to be beast mode 2.0. Pete Carroll loves to run the rock, and I think it's a real Pete Carroll pick. I think that there would have been a lot of influence from him. He's a style of player that Pete Carroll likes. He doesn't have as much of the home run hitting ability as Saquon Barkley, but I think that he is a fantastic ground and pound guy that if you're in a 3 and 5, you could run the ball with him and be confident enough that you're going to have a good shot to convert on an inside run. He's got exceptional talent, really patient with his vision, watches blocks. That goes a little bit to his upright running style, but he will be patient and watch the gaps open up for him as the game goes on.
Yeah,
that offense starting to look pretty sexy. Obviously, Brock Bowers, incredible rookie season last year.
Yeah.
I wonder if they go out and try and get a receiver to add as well, because their defensive front 7 isn't too bad, led by Max Crosby. They may need to pick someone up in the secondary.
Yeah, secondary. Well, they added Chin, I think, as well. So.
Yeah, Jeremy Chin, Eric Stokes.
Yeah.
They might go offensive line as well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind seeing them with their next pick go receiver.
Well, it would pain me to see the Raiders get better, but I think that this pick will tell you a lot about what they're going to do for this draft. They're going to try and make up ground offensively first, as opposed to defensively, where they do have some superstars like Max Crosby, that is a game wrecker. But you need to be able to keep up with the other teams in that division. Obviously, the Chiefs are still the standard for the AFC West, but the Broncos got a lot better from last year.
Especially down the back end.
Their offense looks really, really tidy. The Chargers made some moves last year. We'll still see what happens with their offense, but they have some players that are capable. You need to keep up with your competition in your own division first. Well, and I think this tells about the identity.
All the other teams play playoffs in that division. So, it's just like, you got to close that ground quickly.
Yep. Arguably the toughest division in football at the moment.
You look at some of the head coaches in the division, you're just like, okay, it's an arms race. And, you're trying to add talent where you can. So, on the offensive side, I think it's a big help. What's interesting, I saw they had Mostert there. Which might fit as well as like a RB as your third down running back kind of thing as well.
Yeah, like a real
guy that can catch.
Fast guy. So Raheem Mostert, one of the faster running backs in the league. He's actually a bit older than what you'd think as well. So maybe a little bit of a 1-2 punch there.